All right, we'll get started here in a second. It's always that uncomfortable silence when you hit start, and then you gotta hit record and start typing in a title and shit. So, but give me like 30 seconds. I'm just wrapping up some stuff here on my other screen, and then we'll go from there. Got a few things to go over, and like I said, if you have questions or anything, just shoot them out. I don't mind at all. I mean, like I said, you're all part of it. So, all right. So it's cutting it close. Come on, cat, get out here. Kids had flag football. I don't coach it, but you go watch it when your kids are playing. It's the most boring sport. I'd rather watch fucking golf. It's like a bunch of kids. There's no organization, they're outside. What do you do? Football, tackle. That's where you do it. So, all right. First off, guys, we do have new logo coming. I've been working with one of the guys that originally helped create logos for our corporation back in the days. He's done a lot of T-shirts, a lot of other stuff for us. Buys a lot of product from us. So he's actually sent me, and the board. I have some of these, and I don't know if I don't know. I'm kind of looking them over, but he's sending me a new reefer logo that doesn't consist of just one fucking pot leaf. I mean, that is really crippling us. You guys may not think that, but trust me, I don't care how loose everything gets. One person gets a bug up their ass, and a pot leaf's a bad idea. So we have way cooler things that can represent this brand. And once you label it with a pot leaf, you're really pushing back against the pro sports teams, uh, the Dunkin' Donuts franchise. I mean, those guys don't want pot leaves everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but we're gonna work on that logo a little bit. Um, we're gonna move forward with everything we're doing. We're gonna bring it back and make it look more professional. I mean, if you sit back and look at the logo, it wasn't done to be successful. It was cheap, made quick, fucking, so we got somebody that's actually gonna put time into it for us, and of course we're covering that expense. It won't run the project anything. White paper that's been hired out. We're working with I don't even know what the fuck you would call them. Copywriter? I don't know, but we're working with them on putting our ideas on paper and laying it out better than the first team did. It's not going to be mumbo jumbo, and it's going to be able to show use cases and where we're at, along with what's coming, our intention, who we are, our history, that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be very powerful. I'm hoping big more of a statement versus just hey, here's a bunch of lingo. They don't have the lingo, but it'll be more appropriate for a brand and a corporation and a project that's already making waves and ahead of others that have been up for already probably years. That it's that retail use and that e-commerce use. That's the tough thing. I got a little more about that coming up in a second here. Next thing we'll go over is just a reminder, Mooner's been boasting the Mooner 2.0. I haven't had a chance myself to sit down with their team and go back and forth. I'm assuming I know they have a new logo. I'm not sure about how much rebranding they're doing. I know I got a couple of DMs from some of our boardroom members. All I can say is that we're anticipating a new logo drop as well. And that'll be holding out some of our gear late summer until that comes out because we want to do actually a collab with Mooner when it comes to doing a couple shirts. So, but just keep that in mind. And they always have good, cool shit up their sleeves, and they're smart. And we're always watching what they do because obviously they're doing something right. So, um, use case it's continuing to grow. As I mentioned, we got more sites, more our own personal retail locations, our reefer dispensaries. That's right, I said it. We do have reefer dispensaries under the Greener X brands. That's a big thing. Most projects don't even get past an NFT, which we are actually working on. Yes, lots going on. And one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to have fucking 50 things going on at once. We get too much going on, so there's a lot in the works, and I refuse to sound like some beat up ass project where we're promising all this stuff. Right now, we're legitimately working on new logo. We are actually going back and forth trying to lock down some NFT information, and try to keep it affordable and figuring out what we do with those. I mean, there's got to be a reason for them. You want to have an NFT? It's like having a fucking, you want to collect a penny? I mean, why? Why do I want this penny? You know? Um, so that's kind of some of the stuff we're working on. And like I said, the logo is a big thing. I'll feel more comfortable getting us out there and more exposed. And along with that white paper completion will also be our CG. We'll be able to finish that up. We'll be to make sure we're getting tracked on CMC. that kind of stuff. So that's an important aspect. So we paid for that to get done. It's there's just I guess there's just a standard everybody's looking for. Yes, trends, they suck. So keep that in mind once that's why we kind of like push the white paper ahead and we're like, fuck it, let's just drop some loot and get and work with some copywriters. So we'll call them and get this done. So I'm hoping to see that in the next like 5 to 6 days. Updates to the sites. There are going to be updates to the sites coming up. We got some ideas. We've been saving edits to the site, but not publish them live. So when I go to the back end and start looking at stuff, and Peng, you could probably find it if you know what you're doing in the back end there. But and our WYSIWYG designer, we're starting to just do a little different things. So if you start seeing different shit or errors or anything like that, just don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Fred knows we're on top of shit when the errors happen. We jump on stuff right away when we can. So just keep that in mind. Just keep an eye on the blog. That's the best way to know what's going on. We'll try to make more of a point up that we'll date that at least once or twice a week. That's a big thing. And then you guys can bam that on social media because that's going to be our info. I mean, Telegram's a cool place to hang out, but we're not going to focus all our info on Telegram. It's going to go to the sites. That's where it's going to go. So liquidity drop. The second liquidity drop from Think Your Pot Smoking percentage of the sales from March will be coming this week into the liquidity. So that'll be coming. The boardroom is usually the first to know the exact numbers and when it hits. We did do last was it January, February. We did February last in March. Now we're going to do March and April. So we're always about a month, about 3 to 4 weeks behind. Just because when we transfer money, it takes a week, and then we have to get the okay from our board, which is the Think Your Pot Smoking American Society. But that'll be coming. So yes, that'll be our second month in a row. We've taken money out of the ACS and put it back into liquidity. Other than that, it looks like we're getting pretty close here. I got kids this weekend, so I'm trying to get a ton of shit done. We have both stores open for another hour, so I'm just going back and forth. But does anybody any questions, concerns? I can do my best to answer them. I don't know all the fucking questions or answers to most of the questions, anyways. But I do know this: we're on pace to really grow. I'm pretty pumped. Like yesterday, we had an unreal day, an unprecedented sales day of Think Your Pot Smoking gummies. I was unreal. I looked at the numbers today. I'm like, holy shit! I couldn't believe it, and that just makes me more excited. I know that we ship some out on Reefer, so the brand's picking up speed. Once we get the new logo design done, that is actually be part of our new packaging for all our flour that we're starting to ship out around the state and country up other sides. So other than that, just keep an eye on the site. The white paper, that'll be announced, update in the main TG along on the site as well. New logo samples will be sent over to the boardroom in the next few days. I'm just waiting for more to come over because the first two I'm like, I mean, it's got to be spot on. Fuck that. We're mixing decades of branding with new branding. I mean, we got to make this work, and we need people's inputs in the boardroom to see if that's what the direction they want to go. But this guy's pretty good, and I'm pretty pumped to work with Matt Malloy. So other than that, let's call it a wrap. I know I was minimal, but I'm just focused and direct. If you have concerns, you're more than welcome to reach out. I'll do the best I can to answer. I'll make it a point to make sure I check my DMs tonight. Our next 0% buy and sell tax opportunity to be the 21st. And the Blizzards play at home. Hopefully they'll pull a victory, and we'll turn that bitch on right from the stadium like I did last time and let it run for 24 hours. So no tax, and we'll make sure we announce that. Otherwise, we're going to call it a wrap. One last thing, that we have moved forward with no paid mods. So keep that in mind. You got boardroom members and community just helping out in TG, and so that's really good actually. So that helps out a lot. Oh shit! I forgot. Going back to oh god, what the fuck? How did I forget this? Where's that? I got these notes here, and going back to e-commerce. So Wednesday, that's what that says. Oh, fuck yeah! All right, I'm meeting up with doing a about an hour meetup with the company for our project on Wednesday at about 2 p.m. Central. They do I don't know, they're kind of like Web3 to channel to e-commerce, and we're gonna speak to them about how they could benefit us, or what kind of coding and script and stuff and codes that they have set up. I mean, I'm I'm more or less looking for a quicker implementation where we can make reefer more viable when it comes to like the retail side of it. So there's not so much legwork when it comes to doing a fucking simple transaction. You know what I mean? So it's a legit conversation. It's not this bullshit where you're getting, hey, we're going to be in 1,500 locations. No, we're about to have an important conversation on how we're going to set the retail store that already takes reefer, how we're going to make it simplified, and we can replicate that throughout. Um, Once we can conquer that, we're a fucking million times folds ahead of everybody else. I mean, we already are with what we got going on in the direction we're going. But so that's what we're working on here this week as well. And that's going to just me working with somebody, gathering as much information, taking it back to the board, throwing it at Pang, and everybody looking at it and going, okay, is this for us? Does this make sense? Because this is going to be an important conversation I'm going to have. There's a lot of businesses out there that say they can do this kind of shit, but they're pretty pro, man. And they're not asking for money and they're not getting shit from me. It's a good conversation to see what they can do for us. They know our goal, and I gave them background on the project, and they were pretty intrigued. And you get all that all the time in DMs. Hey man, you got a great looking project. I've dealt with creeps like that. I used to sell fucking Star Wars guys on eBay, and you get the creepers that were like, hey man, you're a beautiful figure. It's like, wow, what are you, like a fucking weirdo? Anyways, so no, these guys weren't weirdos and shit. They were like really professional. They're even their contact forms. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm excited to talk to these guys. So this is something for all of you, and if we can make it work and it makes sense, then let's do it. I mean, like I said, I'm more or less looking for a code. They say they made it to the point where they have all the code to be able to they make all this shit happen. So let's see what they got. It's a matter of reaching out and knowing what you're looking for. And I think a lot of projects don't know what they're looking for. They just dream about doing something. We know what the fuck we want. So that's kind of the direction we're going. We're just going to go get it. All right. So yeah, so Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central, I'll be doing that. I'll report back to the boardroom. Maybe we'll update you guys next weekend in an AMA. Should have time. If see how it goes. And kind of go from there. I'm pumped. They're excited. I know we're excited, and we're just trying to build those partnerships where we know that will, I mean, honestly, fuck it, will benefit us. I don't give a fuck about anybody else but us. So sounds rude, but you know what? Like I said, our family eats fucking first. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here, but after that, I didn't want to forget that. That was like the whole point of the AMA. I mean, that's a big thing. I have no problem swinging my nuts out there and getting it done. So let's do this. This isn't bullshit. This isn't hype. This is legit. Like, this is like literally one corporation, one business. They want to talk to a business, not a project. Before you had a project, now we have a business. That's the difference. All right. Anyways, out of here. We'll post. We'll get it up on YouTube. I appreciate everybody in Reefer Nation. You're gonna have your buys and sells. You're gonna have your believers and non-believers, your newbies. Your fuck it. We're all gonna do our own thing. In the long run, it's what it is, and we're gonna make it even more. So, not worried. I don't watch the chart. Honestly, I don't really care about the chart. I mean, I just care about moving the project forward. That's my job. So anyways, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.